In the 3 years that we've run the 3-5-3 defense, we have finished number 1 in the country in total defense for 2001 and 2002, and we finished 3rd in the country this past year with our total defense. Today we're going to talk about our linebackers, our stance, their keys. We're going to talk about blitzing, the coaching point of the blitzing, where they're blitzing, how they blitz. We're going to also look at how they get off block, what their pass drops are. We're going to look at the dogs. We're going to talk about their stance. We're going to talk about their keys. And then we're going to talk about them blitzing and where they must be on each blitz. For our defense, we have head-up ends, and our linebackers are stacked directly behind the defensive lineman. Their heels are at 5 yards. Our dogs are 3x2, and we give them the freedom to jockey and to move around pre-snap. So the quarterback is getting different looks based on where the dogs are moving to. If we're walking up over here, we may be blitzing over here, but the quarterback thinks we're coming from over here. It's confusion for the quarterback. It also adds confusion for blocking schemes because they don't know when he walks up on the edge if we should get a fan call to help get out here and block him or not. But the dogs start out at 3x2, and then again, I give them the freedom to move around there. As far as our linebackers, we have got to fit with these 3 defensive linemen. We've got to know where they're going. It's our job to call the defense. We're going to call a closed side as soon as the huddle by the offense is broken. Closed side to us is the strong side. So this is closed, and this is open. So there we say we're going to get a closed left. As soon as we break the huddle here, we're closed left, closed left. Our keys are near back to pulling linemen. So if we get this back stepping to this side, all 3 linebackers will step with their right foot, a short 6-inch read step. Again, we're 5 yards from the football, so we got time to read it, and then we react. From our different reads that we get, we're either going to get a down block here and an out block here, then we're fitting right here over the top, and we're fitting inside right there. Our dog will either step, and he'll come up in force, or he'll fold and sit right here, waiting for it to bounce outside. Because if we fit and do our job right here, it should bounce outside to meet the dog. So it's a short 6-inch read step, and then we're reading the linemen, we're fitting to where our defensive linemen are not, or where the opposite of where the defensive line is going. Different key drill looks. We can get down, down. We get pulls over here on this side. The back will step this way as far as a counter or a power, and then he's coming back this way with the down, down look. My bat linebacker is blowing straight down the hill. Again, we step with this foot, left foot, because the back takes us that way with this first initial step. And then I talk to these guys about rocking and rolling, step, rock and roll, keep your outside arm free. I tell the bat to hit that lineman before he gets his shoulders turned upfield. My backside bat stepping, and then he's staying out of the trash and shuffling across and staying away from all the trash backside. So that's a counter play. The one rule that the dog linebacker / safety has is he must keep his outside arm free. He must contain everything to these 6 in here that are closing it off. So if we get fast flow and it's gone right now, and we're reaching, we're coming up here trying to get the mite, we're trying to cut him off. He's going to reach right there. My bat should be sitting right up there inside out. The mite should be reading fast enough to get across that. The bat is, again, staying out of the trash and looking to fit, looking for cutback. Again, you got to put into determination that these guys are going to be moving somewhere. Say we got an open stunt called. Okay, then they'll be going that way. So if he does chip up here to the mite, then this nose is now running inside out. He's untouched and going to the football. We got a closed stunt. It's a short 2-step move. Boom, and then we chase the ball. So our bat linebackers are going to get different reads based on what an offense is trying to do to us. We'll get an out and a down with the back attacking us. They'll get both of them reaching, as in a sweep or a toss. The back going that way. Okay, backside, what we're talking about shuffle, and staying out of all this trash, because that should happen right there. We should be fitting up outside here. We should be fitting over here. Our nose should be either moving that way and then chasing, or moving this way and chasing, or in, same thing, as either there and chase or there and already going there. So it should all bottle up over here and have to bounce back to where I've got the bat shuffling, shoulder square and ready to react back. We talked to him a lot of times about fitting to this right here. The backside guy, I talked to him about fitting with the nose on flow away. If they're trying to double that right there, there's going to be a pile of stuff right here, and not to shuffle and stay out of all that, because he's going to force right now to stay away from all this trash in case it does cut back, and now you're ready to fit up on it right there. So that's our basic keys. We're either going to get the tackle's going to go down or out. The tackle's going to go out. The guard's going to go down, opening up our B gap. We're attacking it, blowing it up. The tackle's going to go perform a reach block. The tackle, and then therefore the fast flow out of the back's telling us that it's sweep. The tackle will, and the guard will block down. The back steps the other way, and then we got pulling linemen, and we attack straight downhill off of those down blocks and try to blow up those pulling linemen before they get their shoulders turned. Okay, as far as our dog keys, we talked to them about reading this triangle. Here, the triangle right there. In man, tailback, and quarterback. If we get a down block here, as soon as we read this, and we get a fast flow coming to us, we're attacking, shoulder square, outside arm free. If we get a reach block here and fast flow, and we're coming up to support, again, outside arm free. If we get the reach block here and maybe they're trying to run ISO, they're blocking down here on the nose up to the mic. They're trying to ISO right here. On that motion, we tell them different things. We'll tell, based on game film and watching and evaluating game film, we'll tell him to sit right here, bounce. And if everybody does their job, we get across the face right there that it should bounce out here to us. It's not my play inside in here. So we'll have him sit right there on the outside. And then, of course, our last their last read that they're going to mainly get. The tackle is either going to give them, or the tight end is going to give them a down block or a reach block. And then the last is the pass set block, where he's sitting back. And the quarterback, of course, is moving off the ball. And the back is either going to the flat, one way or the other. And off of that, he's going to drop to the curl flat. Our bat is our hooked curled guy. Our mic drops to the hole. Our bat is our hooked curl guy, and our dog is our curl flat. Now we can bring 4-man pressure with any of these 5 guys and just replace and have him change responsibility. If we decide to bring 4-man pressure and then we shuffle him to the curl flat, we shuffle him to the hooked curl. Now we do vacate the middle of the field. We talk about these guys must wall off and not let anything get inside of us, because there is nothing inside. There's nothing in here because we're vacating the zone. But that's also up to an offense to find out where that zone is vacated and to make the call, make the throw, and make the check with linebackers pressure and dogs coming right in his face. So that's our keys as far as our mics, our dogs, our bats, and what we're looking at the start of every play. Okay, our different fronts, we will get into different fronts by using our bat linebacker, and we'll walk him down, and we'll put him head up here, and we slide the end down to a 3 technique. We got a 5 technique in, and a shaded nose. Our mic is still right over the center, and the bat is still over the tackle. Our dog is still outside here, and outside over this way. My bat is reading this hip of this tackle. If he blocks down, then he's crashing. If he comes to fight him right here, he's going to fight this tight end and try to defeat the tight end and get the tight end deep in the backfield, because if he's coming to get him, something's probably going out wide. So we're going to try to blow that tight end up and push him back right there. We got you in the B gap. We got him in the A gap. Mike, this is your A gap. Bat, that's your A gap. You're there. And we got fold-back players that cup it all in for us, the dogs do. This is our solid front. So our bat linebacker, and I'll determine one of them to be that I'll work with him, and I'll get him to be my best one as far as he's the best as far as putting his hand down. And I'll walk him up and I'll put his hand down. And then I'll always line it up, bat, mic, bat. Our next front is an under front. I'll walk the bat down over here. The end will slide to a 3 technique. The nose goes to a G, and this end comes to an inside shade on the tight end, a 7 technique. The mic is still directly over the center. The bat is still directly right over the tackle. C gap, B gap, A gap. I got A gap here, B gap, C gap are our controlling factors. We talked to the bat about attacking half the man, and we still run everything out of our base package that we run out of our base package. We still run it all out of our under package, out of our solid package. Okay, our drills that we run for our linebackers and dogs. We first start, and we do this every day, is key drill. I put a hose down, and I get some backup guys back here. I don't care about the tight end. And I'll get my second string guys over here to be these four guys right here, guard and tackles. I'll put one back there. I will stand back here, and I will give a blocking scheme to the D-line. I will point the direction they will go. I will say, you're down, you're out. I'll tell the back to step right there. I look for the keys, the steps of the linebackers, and that we're now fitting right here, we're now fitting right here. We're sitting right here, we're outside if it bounces outside. Right here on this play, they'll scoop. I'll look for a shuffle across here, using our hands to thumbs up, using our hands to stay off of these linemen and keep them off of you. And then we're attacking downhill. Again, we're fitting, telling them to fit with the nose and all of this that's going on right here. And then my dog is my fullback player. So I'll do that both ways. ISO weak, ISO strong. There is no determination here. We'll go both ways ISO. We'll go both ways. Reach block, fast flow. Dog should be fitting. We're outside right there. We're inside right here. We're shuffle right there for a toss. We do the toss both ways. And then I do trap and I do power. Both ways. I'll go down, down. One step here, coming this way. Pull out of these guys. I should have a step out of these. I should be fitting right downhill right now. I should be scraping across the top. I should be shuffling right here, staying out of the trash. I should be a fullback player here. Both ways. Okay, now the next one we'll do, we do a down, down. He's coming right now. We're pulling those guys, and again, it's the same action, same reads out of the linebackers and the dogs. We got to get our read step. We got to be 5 yards from the football. We have got to read our keys and then get to the ball. We got to fit with our defensive linemen and where they're going. So we'll do those drills. We do key drill every day. Linebacker's job is very easy. All they have to do is read their keys, run to the football, and make tackles. If it's pass, then of course they got to pass drop into their pass coverage area. If it's not, then they got to make their move. They got to attack the gap that's open based on where the D-line is moved to. They got to read the keys to where the guys, offensive guys are going. We're reading the fullback or near back to pull a lineman here is where we're looking at. This is key drill, and we do this every day. We got to get good at reading our keys. I can't have my dogs dropping into pass coverage or my linebackers dropping into pass when they're getting run right at them. So we've got to read our keys every day. Linebacker-wise, we are at 5 yards. Our heels are at 5. And again, we're reading our near back to pulling linemen to see what's going on. My dogs, of course, we're reading these three right here. We're reading fullback to pulling linemen. Our dogs are reading the end man on the line of scrimmage and seeing what's going from there. That's where they're getting their read key from, is the triangle. We talked to them about reading the triangle. Quarterback, back, tailback, and the end man on the line of scrimmage to determine if it's run or pass. Hop up, get D-line, guys. We'll run through some different drills or some different things. As far as what you're going to see, I'll break this down. This is broken down as far as on the board time. You've seen this on the board time, but I'm going to do it all in one drill right here for what you're going to see. Here we go. Stance. Basic, simple stance. We got to be comfortable. We got to be ready to run. Shoulders over your knees, knees over your toes. Weights on the inside balls of your feet. We're a little different out. Hop up, you three. Hop up, you three. A little different outside at dogs. Shoulders over our knees. Weights on the balls of our feet, and we're ready to react. If I'm on the left side, then my right foot is up and I'm cocked right here. Okay, if I'm on the right side, we're on the right side, my left foot's up. If I'm on the left side, my right foot's up. And I'm reading, again, this triangle here. In man on the line of scrimmage to tailback to quarterback to get my run pass read. We like for these guys to be 2 by 2 off the in man on the line of scrimmage. I give them the freedom to move around, to be in any position that they feel they need to be in. They have that freedom. But 2 of our better athletes on the field, they got to be ready to cover, they got to be ready to blitz, they got to be man-to-man guys, they got to be ready to do some things. So I give them that freedom to bounce around and to jockey around with that. Here we go, stance. You block out, you block down. Big gap right there, okay? We're scooping right here, okay? Just come on. Here we go. Sit, hut. Boom, right there, good. All right, back. What you saw right there is what he blocks out. He blocks down, and ISO's coming right here at us. I'm going to step with my outside foot. He steps at me, boom, and I'm coming right downhill. My outside arm is free right here. You got the Mike Becker coming right here inside out. My backside bat is scraping across. My dog should be scraping across for cutback. Here we go, stance. All right, you know what you're doing? Coming upfield this way. All right, you're knocking out. Right here. He's coming big gap. Sit, hut. Boom, right there. Right there it is. We'll tell this young man right here, we'll tell him various things. When he gets that read, we'll say, okay. 1 week, we'll say, okay, let's stay back out of all of it, because that running back seems to like to hit it back inside. And if it cuts through back in here, you're not going to chase it down from the backside. If that running back likes, if we do our job, if everybody comes downhill right here and blows it up the way it should bounce outside naturally to my dog sitting right here ready to make the tackle. Again, so we go through that game week and what that running back likes to do, and based on us watching him on film, evaluating that running back and where he likes to go. Here we go. Stance. Good stance every time. Shoulders over your knees, knees over your toes. You 2 come down. You 2 pull. 1 step that way and then go back that way, Fred. All right. Sit. Hut. Right there, you saw it right there. Good. Come back again. Everybody always asks, what are you going to do to power? You're going to get killed at power. They're going to mash you at power. In a power play, block down, pull, step that way, Fred. We're stepping right there. I tell this bat right here, when he gets that step away, when he sees pulling lineman, y'all go back. Come to me. He's going to come downhill. And he's going to hit this guy right here before he gets his shoulders turned. And he's going to make a pile of stuff right here. The dog is outside right there. Fullback is going to go try to block him. He's got to keep his outside arm free on Mike Becker. If he's in trouble, Mike Becker's in trouble if he takes too many steps this way. He's got to take a short 6-inch read step. He's got to rock and roll, I talk about. Keeping his outside arm free and being ready to scrape it up right here and clean it up. Again, the bat, when those guys pull, go back a little bit, come to me now, down the line. He's going to try to hit this guy right here, keeping his outside arm free, and we're ready to make the play right here. That's how we defend power. Hustle back. I'm giving a toss strong right here, guys. Here we go, toss strong. Of course, I don't tell them normally what we're doing. Give me a good stance. Stance. All four of you guys are going to reach that way. You go running that way, okay? Sit, hut. Boom, we're fitting up. Right there it is, right there. My backside bat right here, he doesn't have to be waiting. He doesn't have to be waiting so much because my dog, again, and that's a game time situation, will either say, okay, we'll give you the freedom. Hey, go get it. He's so fast. These guys are fast. I got to get them in man-to-man coverage. I got to get them blitzing. So we'll sometimes say, okay, this game, I need you folding back in here and you're my cutback guy. Or I'll give them the freedom to go get it. So we'll read that and we'll again do that on film evaluation. Here we go, one more time, one more play. We'll go power weak right here. You two block down, you two pull. You give me a step that way and then come back that way. Good stance. Sit, hut. Boom, right there it is. Boom, right there, good job. Talk to them about staying out of all the trash on the backside. We're forcing it all right there. They should not run across all the trash right here. Remember, we got D linemen that are moving one direction or the other. That's going to cause a pile of stuff right here or right there or somewhere up here. If they don't and they go straight to the linebackers, then these D linemen will be making the tackles. So that's how we do our key drill. We go through every blocking scheme. We'll go ISO weak, we go ISO strong. We'll block down, block out over there, block down, send the fullback to the B gaps. We'll run toss either way. We run power either way. We'll also do trap. We'll do a trap play, run our trap play from it. So that's our basics of key drill. Blitzing. I'll put a tape down, guard, tackle, center, guard, tackle. I'll roll it out and have a tight end on one side or the other. I'll have my mic, I'll have my bat, my dogs, and I roll through our blitzes. I call them and make sure we're hitting the right gaps. Pad level is low. We're attacking the gap, ready to keep our outside arm free. So I'll be back over here. And I just call out the blitz. I call the strong side for us right here, this strong. This would be closed. This would be closed right for us. And I'll say, okay, we're going to run boom close. So we're going to come up on the line. We're going C gap or whatever you can call it, first level. And the dog is coming second level. The D-line, of course, they're not down here with us, but the D-line is closed. And they're moving right there. So we go through all of our blitzes. Again, looking for pad level, looking for speed and timing of the blitzes to make sure we're hitting it when we need to, on the time we need to hit it. Because the whole defense, if you're going to, if a linebacker's going to go running down in here, say we're going to run you through we're going to send the nose that way, we're going to bring you through that gap and that gap. And before the ball snapped, we line up right here. Well, that's an easy block for us, or for the offensive linemen. They know where we're going. There's no guessing. They know what, that's an easy thing to block right there. So we talk about timing it up, hitting our gaps, good low pad level, and getting to that football. So we'll run through some blitzes of what we're going to call. Okay, what I'm looking for here is that we're hitting the right gaps, because we all got to be hitting the right gaps. I don't care if they talk about it. I don't care if they communicate. It doesn't matter. Jasper, hop out. Fred, hop in. Come on in and get some, Fred. We'll just make sure that we are blitzing the right gaps. Okay? Again, I'm going to baby step us through this right now because we hadn't done this since the fall as far as what our different blitzes are. Again, we'll match it up with our defensive line right here. So what we'll do, let's run boom, close. Boom, close. Run it. Linebacker calls it, close left, tight end's right here. We got boom close. Boom close on the set hut, Sit hut. Good, right there it is. We're coming first level, second level right here. Come back, Mike. If we're gonna bring him off the edge right here, and that fullback steps to block us, I need the back coming first level, I need the dog coming second level. Because somebody's wrong. If he tries to step out here and block him, he's going to be free. If he tries to close down here on this, then he's coming free. Now, okay, you say, well, they got us outnumbered because the fullback can block one, the tackle can block the other one. This guy's going to get block the defensive end. Our nose guard here is making the move. Again, we're still accounting for these three guys right here have got to pay attention to the direction the nose guard is moving. On every play, they got to know, they don't know where he is and where he's going. So they've got to be ready to make a move and to help out that center who's got to snap it, who then has to find that nose guard that we're using that speed and quickness on. Okay, we're going to go boom open. Boom open is the call. D-line heard the open. D-line heard the open stunt. We're going to walk up over the tight end. We're going to walk up on the tight end. We're going to come into the C gap. First, that's our first level right there. And our dogs come in second level. And now we're just reading our keys back here and watching what's going on. Boom open. Good low pad level. Sit, hut. Boom, right there. First level, second level. There it is. Got to make sure we're first level, second level. Another call that we'll run is we'll go double dog pinch. We're going to bring both dogs right here off the edge, and we're going to pinch the D-line. Those guys right out there, those three are sitting back. We're going to make something happen, and we're going to clean it up in here with these three. Coverage-wise, Coach, we'll talk about later. Coach Manchester has already talked about what we'll do as far as if we're bringing double dogs right here. We can lock our linebacker up on that tight end. These two guys back here have these two backs back here, and we're bringing double dog off the edge. Walk it up and bring it in when I start walking in on cadence, when I start calling it out, all right? On the set hut. Red 15. Set hut. Boom, deepest hip. And we let them do that. Again, from cadence, they may walk outside out there to disguise it. They may walk over there and disguise it. I don't care where they're going from as long as they hit the open gap on the snap of the ball. They've got to be in their gap responsibility. Here we go. Let's go zoo week. Zoo week one. Zoo week one. That's you and Jason. You're not blitzing. Red 5. Sit hut. Good low pad level, boom, right there. Good. We're in cover one right here. You saw he's walked up. He's got the tight end say man to man. He's messing around with it, looking like it's coming. The quarterback doesn't know. We're walking up on the outside. We're moving around. We're starting to creep over here because what that's going to do is that's going to make offensive linemen go, give me a fan, help. Whatever they're going to call over there on offense. But we're going to still bring the pressure and see if they can stop it. Let's go Zoo Strong. Zoo Strong one. Red 5. Low pad low. Sit hut. Boom. Low pads coming downhill right there now. Right now. Cover one, we're going to take the dogs, going to take cover number 2. Corner's going to take number 1. We're going to take care of number 3 in the backfield with our linebacker that is not blitzing. Let's go blast one. 2 big gaps. Both of y'all are coming big gaps. Blast one. Red 5. Sit hut. Boom. You saw JC did a good job right there. How easy is it for an offensive lineman to know that you're blitzing if you walk on down here to it? So I give them that freedom again that we can run it from back here, and that's a game time situation, and us watching film that we'll run it from depth. Hey, let's cheat up a couple of yards. Let's run it from 3 yards deep. Let's stay at 5 yards deep, and let's run it from there, depending on the blocking schemes is what we're looking at and how they block it. Are they a man protect guy that if he walks down, he's going to slide to there, they're going to fan out and get that? Are they a slide protection team? So those are the things that we look at, is how they protect it as far as what kind of pressure we're going to bring. Our next drill that we'll do is a get off blocks, getting off the blocks. We'll have a running back on one cone here, 3 yards in between these two. I have another cone. I have the linebacker here. This distance right here is 5 yards, and I'll stand back here. I'll put 3 guys up here. I'll have a linebacker, I'll have a blocker, and the running back, and I'll point to them. Okay? I'll tell the running back, you are to go right now fast. Right now, go. Blocker, you're to come get him. My linebacker will attack and rip across his face, because the back's action and the back's angle to him is he's out here. So there's no reason for us to hat in hands to fight across the block that way. Now, if the ball carrier, if I tell him to slow down and to make sure that he stays behind the block here, okay, at that point we're going to attack this blocker, hat in hands, getting off of him, outside arm free, and fitting up on the ball carrier. So those are the different ways that we're going to defeat a block. It's either hat in hands, get across the block, depending on where the ball carrier is. If he's still behind the blocker, then your hat in hands, get across it. If it's fast flow and he's gone, then we're going to rip across the face and we're going to get out there to that football and make a tackle. Of course, we don't have pads on, but when we put our pads on, we work on getting off blocks. And I give them 2 different things as far as what they can do as far as getting off the block. And a lot of that depends on where the ball carrier is. If the ball carrier, come on Jason, is still back here, then I'm going to tell them get their hands off of it, get off the block, and be right here. Now if the ball carrier, take off going, if the ball carrier's already across there, then I'm going to tell them to rip across the face. So we'll work on those 2 different things as far as what we're doing. So I'll stand behind the linebacker. We're going to still work on our keys as far as getting our key off of our near back. I'm going to tell one of these linebackers, one of these blockers to come get him, and he's going to make his determination. Right now, I just want you putting your hands and crossing his face, okay? Putting your hands across the face. You'll come up and get him. Get over the cone there for me. Slide directly over the cone. So we're not very far. Here we go. Stance. Sit. Hut. Boom. Get across it. Right there. Not bad. Again. Stance. Sit. Hut. Step. Punch. Right there. Good. Here we go. Jasper right here. No, Fred right here. Jasper right there. We got to start rolling it right. JK back to the back. Jason, slide up. So we'll go through this with everybody. Each direction, working on getting off the blocks. Sit. Hut. Short. 6-inch. High. We drop step. You saw he drop stepped right here. Again, it's all that 6-inch reach step is all it is. 6-inch reach step. Come on. You shoot your hands. Get off the block. Don't drop step. Don't drop step. Because that puts us behind. We got to use their speed. Sit. Hut. Boom. Punch it right there. Good. So I'm giving these guys 2 different ways to defeat blocks. Sit. Hut. Punch. Boom. Right there. Now we're ripping. Now I want you to rip across the block. Ball carrier on the sled hut. Go. Now. Sit. Hut. Boom. Get across there. Boom. Right there it is. Good. Roll it through. Roll it through. Sit. Hut. Boom. Punch it. Get across. There you go. Good. So that's our basic get off the block. The things that I feel are important that we got to do at linebacker. We got to read our keys. We got to get off blocks, and we got to make tackles. And we as a total defense will do a tackling circuit to make sure that we are all good tacklers. We work on that just about every day. Our last drill that we work on is our pass dropping drill. And again, I get the lineman tape out. I'll put the tight end over here this time, and then 10 yards from that, I'll put the cone over the tight end, and 10 yards over on this side, I'll put a cone for the imaginary tight end, over the imaginary tight end, okay? 5 yards away from that, another cone, and another cone 5 yards away from that one. So this is our hook, and this is a curl. And of course, I'll put another cone over here for the flat. Again, that's hook, curl. We got bat, Mike, bat. Our dogs are here. We do cover 3 drops. Our mic is going to drop off of wherever number 3 is, wherever number 3 goes. Right now, number 3 is in the backfield. This is number 2. We got 2 wideouts here. Our dog's going to drop curl, then the flat. Our bat's going to go hook, then the curl. Our mic, if the back steps that way, is going to open up and sit in the hole right here. If he opens up this way, then he's going to open up and he's going to sit right here in the hole. Between the tackles, I tell the mic. The bat, again, of course, is dropping to the hook, then to curl. The dog is going curl, then to flat. So those are our pass drop drills that we look for to make sure that these guys are getting into the right zones. And again, we can zone blitz off of these, but we got to make sure that the linebackers know which linebackers are blitzing, which zones are being vacated, and we've got to be able to wall guys off and not let them get to the empty zones. Okay, as far as pass drops, the thing that we got to do first is determine if it's run or pass. So we're going to still get our reads. Every play is the same thing. Reading our keys and determining run or pass. Once we've determined that it is a pass, we're playing cover 3 behind it. Very simple. We're going to put the dog and he's going to go curl flat. We're putting the bat in the hook to curl. The mic is dropping to the hole off of number 3. So if they're 4 wide doubles, or if they got a wide out and 2 wide outs over here, what I call tight end doubles, okay, and 1 back in the backfield, depending on where this back goes, he's our number 3 guy. That's where Mike's going to open his hips and drop to. Bat here is going to go hook to curl. Curl to flat with the dog over this side. So what we'll do, come here, Jason, give me a key drill step. I'll get a back here and we'll get our steps. I'll point direction which way I want him stepping. I'll say hut. We'll drop back in and read our keys. All right? As our dogs are reading quarterback, in-man line scrimmage, and near back, they're reading that triangle we're talking about. We're reading our near back to pulling linemen, and when we see we'll get our step off of our near back, then we see what linemen are doing. They're sitting up passing. We're dropping back in the hook to curl. Here we go. Cover 3, cover 3, cover 3. Shit. 6-inch read step, 6-inch read step. Sit, hut. Square up right there, good. Where? Come back, come back. It's 6 steps. 6 steps will get us to the depth that we want to need, that we need to be at. Now, if we don't read our keys and we go running down in here, then we can't get back to our pass drop area. Then our pass coverage is hurting. We got to step, read your keys. We're 5 yards from the football. We're 3 yards from the football. We get a faster read out of our dogs. We got to get our read, get the keys, and drop out of there and get into our hook and curls or into our hole based on what the read is. Here we go, cover 3, cover 3, cover 3. Sit, hut. Square up, good. Squaring up right there. Ready to go on the quarterback's throwing motion. Our eyes are on the quarterback. We're moving on his throwing motion. Now, what we can do is we can blitz and bring pressure with this. When we bring pressure, now we're going to play a 3 under 3 deep principle. So we got to know who's blitzing here and who's got the 3 under 3 deep. We can bring one linebacker that turns into a 4-man pressure. Bring him through here, bring him outside there. Now my mite's got to adjust. We can bring a dog off the edge. Now we got to slide. Now my bat becomes the curl flat guy. My mite becomes the hook to curl over here. We're still hooked, curl, and curl flat over on that side. It's very simple for us to do that. Let's go zoo week. No, zoo week 3. Okay? You're going to drop to the hole. You're going to curl flat it. Okay? Zoo week 3, zoo week 3, zoo week 3. Big gap, Fred. That way, Jason. Sit. Zoo week 3, we're sitting in the hole. Right there it is. We're 3 under, we're 3 deep behind it. We can bring any combination. We can bring these 2 off the edge, bring these 2 off the edge. We can bring these 2 through these gaps and drop him to the hole and be 3 under 3 deep. We can do anything, any kind of combination we can right there and run cover 3 with it. With our dog linebacker safeties, again, they've got to be some of our better athletes on the field because we ask them to blitz when we ask them to play man-to-man coverage. As far as our dogs, we're lined up inside of the number 2 wide receiver. We're 5 by 1. We got a corner out here. We're 5 by 1. And we're still reading our keys right here. Quarterback, tailback, to end man on the line of scrimmage because we got to get a run-pass read first. We get our run-pass read. We read pass. He sits back to protect. We get our eyes right here on the hips of the wide receiver. We want to stay over the top of the wide receiver on his upfield shoulder. We're reading his hips. And we'll get this receiver. There's only one of 2 things that he can do. He can do that, or he can do that. He can run a corner route off of that, but we're inside of him. We cannot let him get inside. When we're in man-to-man coverage, we are bringing pressure from inside with the mic and the bats. Okay, so something, if he lets it get inside of him, there's an empty spot right there. So he's got to keep this receiver walled off and keep him away from here. And I will take a quarterback, have him to throw it out here, here, or here with pressure coming at him and having to make a great throw. So our coverage has got to be, it's a lot easier. It's got to be there. We got to wall him off. We can't let him get inside of us. It's a lot easier for that quarterback just to pick the ball up and throw it right here to this guy as opposed to throwing it far away. So again, we're reading the hips. We get the dogs and we run through basic understandings of where the blitz is coming from, how our man-to-man must be with the inside leverage, not letting the receiver get inside of us and keeping him away from the inside of the field. Talk about our dog covering man-to-man. We can bring any kind of pressure in here with our 6, even our free safety if we decide that we want to get pressure. Bump out some. And we can run cover 1 with it. Our coverage is that we can run, if we got 2 wideouts on this side, the corner's got 1, dog's got 2. Corner's got 1, dog's got 2. Okay? Linebacker that is not blitzing is going to take care of this back here in this principle. And based on blocking schemes and how they're trying to block us up front here will determine the blitzes that we're going to run out of this with this front. Our dogs are lined up inside of number 2. They are still getting their read key from the triangle right here, which is the quarterback, near back, and this guy right here. So they're going to step and get their read key. Then they're going to get their eyes on number 2. Okay, it's very simple that what we do is just line them out there and just do it. We talk to them about staying on the upfield shoulder. We talk to them about reading their hips of the receiver. Most of the time, this guy's an inside receiver is a tailback, a tight end, we're better athletes than those guys out there, and we can cover those guys. Fullback, we feel that we can cover those guys. Run 5-yard out. Jason, JK run 5 yards out. Here we go. The call right here may be Zoo Strong 1, Zoo Strong 1. Getting your key from me. Sit, hut. There we go. Upfield shoulders right there. Okay, that's the basic coverage. The dogs have got to understand that if we're in cover 1, or whatever the coverage is we're in, where they got help. Okay, they know that the free safety's back there. I know that he's going to be back there, and I got help coming from him back there. Okay, I know that I'm blitzing. My linebackers are blitzing inside, so I don't have any help in the short middle right here. So I got to get on his inside leverage and not let him get inside of me, because all I got to do is throw it right there where those linebackers blitz from, and there's nobody there to cover him. Here we go again. Run, this time you two run, just run ghost. Don't outrun him, JK. Yo, get your keys from me. Get your keys from me. Sit, hut. We talked to him right there, getting hip to hip. Good, guys. We talked to him about reading that hip, working on reading the hip of that guy right there as they're running down the field. Hurry back. We talked to him right here about reading this hip and not getting your cushion broken to where you're turned and he cuts back inside of you. Okay, we talk about all the same basic man-to-man principle that the corners and that they're running. So a lot of times, as far as our practice schedule, the dogs will come with us, linebackers, as far as key drills, as far as tackling drills and things like that. Then when it comes down to pass coverage and man-to-man coverage stuff, they go with Coach Manchester in the secondary as far as working on their man-to-man drill. That's just a little bit about our linebackers and our dogs safety linebacker play. It's a fun defense for them because they're always moving, we're always attacking, and we always are making stuff happen. We put more speed on the field. We are letting our linebackers and our dogs make plays. We're asking our defensive line to do the same thing. We're letting our corners and our safeties and those guys be cover guys. I hope that you've gotten a few things from our linebackers and our dogs from watching the tape, and it can help you in implementing the 3-5-3 defense. I know your kids will love it, and it'll be very successful for you.